Welcome to the second additional practice problem. This one is very similar to example number 6, if you were stuck on that one here. It says find the sum of the following series. It says you may need to find the value of n first. Okay, so with this one, we know our series starts with 3, we have plus 8, plus 13, and it goes all the way up to 398 there. Okay, so it's pointing out here that we need to find n first because we don't know how many terms there are. So this is good practice for that skill as well. So to figure out, what term number our 398 is, right? We know this is the first term, the second term, the third term, but we don't know what these ones are. We know that this is the nth term, right? So what we're going to do here is we're going to use our a sub n equation, right? It equals the first term plus the common difference times n minus 1. Okay, so this is like our a sub n, this is like our a sub 1, a sub 2, a sub 3. So since a sub n is really the same thing as 398, we can take that and substitute that in. We're going to say 398 is going to equal our first term, which is 3, plus our common difference, which appears to be 5, right? Every time we increase our number, it's increased by 5. So we're going to say plus 5 times the quantity of n minus 1. Let's just distribute our 5 through. We've got 3 plus 5n minus 5. And when we combine our 3 and our negative 5, that should be a negative 2. So we have 5n minus 2 is equal to 398. When I add 2 to each side there, we get 400 equals 5n. And then we divide it by 5. The number of terms in this series is going to be 80 terms. So that means that like a sub 80, or the 80th term, is 398. Okay, so with this here, right, we were using that method that Carl Gauss used when he was in school. So we're going to take it here. We're going to say the sum of our first 80 terms is going to equal 3 plus 8. You know what? I'm going to cut out a term again like I did in that example just to make less writing. Right? And we're going to add the series to itself, right? But we're going to write it in reverse order on this one. So we're going to say 398 plus 393 plus dot, 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 plus, what, this one would be plus 8. This one would be plus 3. So remember, there's 80 terms here, there's 80 terms here, which means there's going to be 80 terms down here when we add all of these values together. Okay, so every time we add them, in this one we should end up with 401, right? It'd be 401 plus 401 plus dot, 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 right? All the way over until we get to the last one. You don't have to write all those out every time. You should know here that we're going to have 80 401s. So I'm fine if you write 401 times 80 should equal, and then when we add these two together, we should have 2 times the sum of the first 80 terms. We should have double. So 401 times 80, let's go ahead and grab out our calculator for that one there. All right, so we got 401 times 80. I guess I could have done that without a calculator, but 32,080, right? So we have 32,080, right? Should equal twice what our sum should be. So we can find the sum now just by dividing each side by 2. So the sum of our first 80 terms of that series then should end up being 16,040. And that would be our answer. Okay, so, whoops. If you have questions about that one, please make sure you let me know. Like I said, this one's not super critical to fully grasp right now this week. We'll be using it a little bit more as we get into some of the following lessons in the next couple weeks. All right, that was additional practice problem number 2. Answer was 16,040. Thanks for watching.